Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm doing an update I'm trying to do an update every 1 to 2 days on the very close races in California, California 13 and California 45. I've lost count how many updates I've done now as we're coming up on 3 weeks since the presidential election, Senate election, and all the elections on election day 2024, and yet these 3 House races, including Iowa's 1st district, are still too close to call and have not yet been called so far. The only difference is here in Iowa District 1. It is very close. We have not had a vote update in a very long time, so I'm not sure if there's many votes that'll be coming out of there. I'll primarily be focused on California 13 and California 45 and just show you where things stand right now. Starting with California 45. This district has Republican incumbent Michelle Steele now trailing Democratic challenger Derek Tran 50.09% to Michelle Steele's 49.91%. A margin, if you round up to 50.1, 49.9, a margin of just 0.2%. This is an incredibly close race, and as over 95% of the vote is in, we're still waiting on some estimated votes. We don't know how many, but what we're waiting on mostly right now is the vote that comes out of Orange County. Orange County, this is the largest, most significant part of the county, and that you look at the results by county here. Orange County is about 280,451 votes reported so far. The Los Angeles precinct only has about 33,858. So an overwhelming majority of votes are coming from Orange County, which is theoretically good news for the Republican incumbent Michelle Steele. The problem is right now, Michelle Steele currently has about a little under a 4,000 vote lead over Derek Tran, the Democrat, in Orange County, which right now has Steele leading 50.7% to Tran's 49.3%. We've seen this remain pretty consistent with each vote drop, that the margins stay around this. And as things have gone right now, if things continue to keep pace, it's looking like Derek Tran has about a 600 vote lead at this time over Michelle Steele. For Michelle Steele to come back and win this district, she needs a vote dump from Orange County that A, is significant enough to actually make up the vote number margin and likely needs to exceed this margin. If it's, say, 50.7 to 49.3 in the latest vote drop of about, let's say it's a 1,000 vote drop. If she's getting 50.7%, that would be about 510 votes, say about 510 votes. Derek Tran getting 490 votes. That would only net Michelle Steele about 20 votes, when right now she's losing district-wide by about 600. So it's not just Michelle Steele needs more votes to come in for her. The question is, how many votes does she need to make up that 600 vote deficit she's already facing? Whereas for Derek Tran, the Democrat, right now he's running ahead, where I'm not sure how much vote is left out of Los Angeles, so maybe a little bit more vote. And I expect right now he's winning this area 56-44. So the vote that comes in, if it splits 56-44, there may be a few hundreds of votes to add to his total, but there should be theoretically a lot more vote left out of Orange County, just given the population of it. The question is what the vote split is out of Orange County. If any vote obviously comes in out of Orange County that shows Derek Tran ahead of Michelle Steele, that could essentially be considered game over at that point. Because Michelle Steele's in a situation right now where she's the incumbent, she's trailing by about 600 votes. Not only does she need votes to come out of Orange County that are good for her, she needs votes to come out of Orange County that likely exceed the current vote split right now of 50.7 to 49.3, depending on the ballot drop. Say 3,000 ballots come in, and she wins it, say 51-49. So that'd be, what, you could say 1550, 1600 to about 1450. Again, there's not enough votes in a drop like that to give Steele the lead just in that one drop. So she would need a succession of ballot drops similar to that to take the lead. This is why this race is very fascinating, is assuming, let's just say there's 95% of the vote in, as New York Times says, it's not clear how many votes remain. Let's say 5% of the vote is remaining from this district. Is 5% of the 314,309 votes enough for Michelle Steele to make up the margin over Derek Tran? Yes, it absolutely is. But the question is, where does that vote come from? What precincts of Orange County in Los Angeles does that vote come from? And what is the vote split? There are a lot of extenuating factors here in the votes that come in out of this district that will determine how this goes. This is very, very interesting because right now it's looking like with each vote drop that comes in, Michelle Steele's percentage is actually going down. A few days ago when I did this, Derek Tran was at 50.07%. He's now up to 0.9. Only a difference of 0.02. So you think, well, what's the big deal? Well, in a race like this that's so incredibly close, that 0.02%, that could be a difference just enough to give the Democrat the win in this district and flipping this seat from red to blue. So this is a very, very close one we have to watch. Truthfully, we don't know how many votes will come in. We do know that ballot drops usually come in for this county about 7 p.m. Eastern time, anywhere between 5 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They come in out of Orange County and out of Los Angeles in the past few days. So that's when I've been checking and updating this map to see what votes come in. But we're going to have to wait and see till all the votes are reported because this one is going to go down to the wire and it's very, very close. So this is California 45. California 13. This is another very, very close one where we can say about 5% of the votes still outstanding. It has changed a little bit where Merced County, this is one where there was 93% of the vote in for a while. It is now 51-49 with 95% of the vote in, about a 3,000 vote lead for Adam Gray, the Democrat, over John Duarte, the Republican. This is one where Duarte now leads here by, check this out, just about 200 votes. Just about a 200 vote gap separating the Republican and Democrat. And this is where things get very, very fascinating. And this is why things are very, very close right now. When you look at the overall district, the largest county in this district is Merced County. So if, let's say, just all things remaining equal, hypothetically, there's 5% of the vote remaining in every single county. The largest percentage is going to come out of Merced County of the 5%, right? Because 79,000 votes reported so far. If they're all equal and there's the equal amount of vote remaining, I'm not saying there is, just saying hypothetically, most of the votes will come out of Merced County. Right now, Adam Gray is leading 51-49 with about a 2,000 to 3,000 vote advantage in this district. Well, what happens there? Let's just say hypothetically a ballot drop of 1,000 to 2,000 votes comes in and Adam Gray beats John Duarte 51-49. So that would be about, let's say, 2,000 votes, about 1,100 to 900. That would be 200 votes exactly just in Merced County alone. That would essentially tie the race and take away John Duarte's lead over Adam Gray. Just Merced County alone. Then we also have Stanislaus County, the second largest district in this congressional map. This is also Democratic right now. Stanislaus is 53-47 advantage for the Democrat Adam Gray over John Duarte right now. That's about 57,000 votes. The good news is Madera and Fresno are two areas right here. These, essentially, if you add them up, about take away what Stanislaus is. They take away Stanislaus's margin out of Madera and Fresno. But the other problem for Duarte is then San Joaquin comes in. It's the smallest county, only 14,000. So you're not going to get too many more votes here, maybe like a few hundreds of votes. But those will also be Democratic votes. If John Duarte's going to hold on, well, unless all the votes are in, which I believe there is not, there is still 5% of the vote remaining. John Duarte needs to see improvements out of Merced County. It's a simple fact right now. Duarte's looking at the map and looking at Merced County and saying that Gray +3 or +2, depending on if you round up or down, it cannot stand like that. If that is Merced County, if more votes come in and it continues to be +3 for Gray, that lead that Duarte has right now, that 200 votes, is going to evaporate in the next few days, and Adam Gray will be ahead of John Duarte. So that's a very, very fascinating situation happening right now where you may say, okay, the Republican is leading and by about 200 votes with 95% in. Why isn't this race called? Because 5% of the vote remaining is more than enough to flip the margin for either county. And even if there's only 5% of the vote remaining in Merced County alone, this one county looks like it would be enough just to flip the lead just here alone. Not counting that of the 5 counties in this district, 3 out of the 5 right now are going Democrat by at least 3 points. The bad news for John Duarte is that the Republican counties just don't have as many people as Merced and Stanislaus, which Gray is currently leading in right now. The best thing that could happen for Duarte right now is for him to win the next Merced County ballot drop and get this closer to 50-50 as much as possible to give him a chance at surviving this race. If some ballot drops come in where John Duarte is either leading in Merced County and the ballot drops, or at least gets this closer to 50-50, I can conceivably see a path in which he holds on and wins this race. If Merced County continues to drop another 1,000 to 2,000 votes or so, where it's still Gray +3, I think we're going to see Adam Gray take the lead over John Duarte in the coming days. And then that could essentially, even though it's very, very close, could be game over for the Republican incumbent and could also be a Democratic flip. So this is very, very fascinating to watch right now. Two very, very close House races in California that at this point it's all about numbers and it's all about time. We're waiting for more votes to come in and see how this goes. Yes, it's 3 weeks since Election Day. I have my own personal feelings about this, and I'm not entirely too pleased that 3 weeks from Election Day we don't have all the votes in for a state in the United States. But nonetheless, that's how things are going in California, and we just have to watch the votes come in and wait and see. So that's an update on the two House races in California. Hypothetically, if they both go to the Democrats, that would get the Democrats up to 215. If one of them goes to the Democrats and the other one goes to Republicans, that would be Democrats 214, Republicans 220. If Republicans could somehow win both, that would get them up to 221. And then we're still just waiting on Iowa's 1st district as well. So that's an update on the two races in California. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to give this video a like, click subscribe, share it with your friends and family, and hope to see you in a future video. That will do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a like. And if you really liked it, please remember to click the subscribe button and make sure you turn post notifications on so you always get notified when I post a new video. That way you never miss one. Also, please remember to share this video with your friends and family if you really, really, really like the video. And remember to stay tuned because I'll be posting at least one video every single day leading up until Election Day. So I'd really appreciate it if you keep coming back and watching those videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.